How do you deal with disrespect? Disrespect is a common challenge that we all face in life, and it can be very upsetting and frustrating. But what if we could learn from the Buddha, the enlightened one whose teachings have guided countless individuals toward a path of inner peace and wisdom? In this journey of self-discovery, we'll explore how the profound wisdom of Buddhism can transform the way we respond to disrespect. The Buddha's insights provide us with valuable lessons on how to navigate moments of disrespect with grace and resilience, ultimately leading us to a place of inner harmony and understanding. Join us as we delve into these timeless teachings and discover how they can help us navigate the complex terrain of disrespect in our lives. Lesson 1. Practicing non-attachment. Buddha's profound teachings on non-attachment offer a profound perspective on how we can alleviate suffering in our lives. At the core of this lesson lies the fundamental principle that attachment is a root cause of human suffering. When someone disrespects us or challenges our self-esteem, it often stirs up a storm of negative emotions within us, such as anger, hurt, and defensiveness. These emotions arise because we are deeply attached to our ego, our self-image, and our desire for validation from others. Non-attachment invites us to let go of these attachments, particularly those tied to our ego. It doesn't imply suppressing our emotions or becoming emotionally detached, but rather encourages us to observe our reactions mindfully. By doing so, we can gain a deeper understanding of the impermanence of our emotional states and, in turn, liberate ourselves from the suffering caused by our own attachments. Practicing non-attachment is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing journey. It involves cultivating awareness of the emotions that arise when someone disrespects us and consciously choosing not to let those emotions define us or dictate our responses. This journey toward greater emotional freedom and inner peace is a profound undertaking that requires patience and commitment. As we navigate the challenges of practicing non-attachment, it becomes essential to remember the wisdom encapsulated in the words of Buddha. Attachment leads to suffering. These words serve as a powerful reminder that by embracing non-attachment, we can gradually transcend the shackles of suffering and discover a deeper sense of contentment, serenity, and equanimity in our lives. Through this practice, we learn to navigate the turbulence of human interactions with grace and resilience, ultimately finding a more profound and lasting sense of peace within ourselves. Lesson 2. Practicing forgiveness. Forgiveness is a profound and challenging practice that carries significant benefits for our overall well-being. It is often difficult because it requires us to let go of negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and the desire for revenge. However, holding on to these negative feelings can have a toxic impact on our mental and emotional health. In Buddhist teachings, forgiveness is emphasized as a way to release ourselves from the burden of negative emotions. The quote, "Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die," attributed to the Buddha, illustrates this concept vividly. When we hold on to anger and resentment, we are the ones who suffer the most. It doesn't harm the person who has wronged us. Instead, it corrodes our own well-being. To practice forgiveness, it's essential to start by acknowledging the pain and hurt caused by the actions of others. It doesn't mean condoning or excusing their behavior, but rather, it's a conscious choice to free ourselves from the emotional chains that bind us. This process may take time and effort, but as we gradually let go of our grievances, we create space for healing and inner peace. By practicing forgiveness, we not only release ourselves from suffering, but also promote harmony and healthier relationships with others. It's a powerful reminder that letting go of negativity can be a transformative act of self-compassion and growth. Lesson 3. Letting go of judgment. In Buddhist philosophy, Judgment is viewed as a significant source of human suffering. When we encounter disrespect or unkindness from others, our natural reaction can often be to pass judgment on them and their actions. We might label them as rude, inconsiderate, or even malicious. However, Buddhism teaches us that this judgment not only compounds our suffering, but also perpetuates a cycle of negativity and discord. Instead of succumbing to judgment, the wisdom of Buddhism encourages us to take a step back and consider the situation from a different perspective. This perspective shift involves practicing empathy and understanding, striving to see the world through the eyes of the person who has disrespected us. The quote attributed to Buddha, "With our thoughts we make the world," serves as a profound reminder of the power our thoughts hold in shaping our reality. When we judge others harshly, we create a world filled with hostility and division. But when we let go of judgment and embrace understanding, we contribute to a world infused with compassion and harmony. Letting go of judgment is not just an act of kindness toward others. It is an act of self-compassion and personal growth. It frees us from the burden of negativity and allows us to cultivate a mindset that promotes inner peace and healthier relationships with those around us. By practicing this lesson, we can gradually break free from the cycle of suffering and contribute to a more compassionate world. Lesson 4. Cultivating compassion. Compassion is not only a fundamental principle in Buddhism, but also a universal virtue that can greatly benefit individuals in their interactions with others and themselves. When someone disrespects us or behaves in a hurtful manner, it can be challenging to respond with compassion. However, this lesson reminds us of the profound wisdom in doing so. In Buddhism, compassion is defined as the desire to alleviate the suffering of others. It goes beyond sympathy or empathy. It involves actively wishing for the well-being and happiness of all beings. When we encounter disrespect or rudeness from others, our natural instinct might be to react defensively or with anger. However, this response often perpetuates a cycle of negativity and suffering. The lesson encourages us to pause and reflect on the fact that the person showing disrespect may be dealing with their own difficulties and pain. They might be experiencing stress, frustration, or unhappiness in their own lives, which could manifest as disrespectful behavior towards others. In such moments, cultivating compassion means recognizing that their actions are a reflection of their inner struggles. By practicing compassion, we can transform our reactions. Instead of responding with anger or resentment, we can choose to respond with understanding and kindness. This doesn't mean condoning disrespectful behavior, but rather acknowledging that it arises from suffering and responding in a way that aims to alleviate that suffering. Moreover, cultivating compassion for oneself is equally important. Often, when we feel disrespected, our inner dialogue can become harsh and critical. We might blame ourselves for the situation or harbor negative self-talk. Practicing self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we extend to others. It means recognizing that we too are human and imperfect, and that it's okay to have moments of vulnerability. The quote from Buddha, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion," encapsulates the essence of this lesson. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of our well-being with the well-being of others. When we cultivate compassion for others and ourselves, we contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world, while also finding greater peace and happiness within ourselves. Lesson 4 encourages us to embrace compassion as a guiding principle in our lives, especially when faced with disrespect. By understanding that others may be struggling with their own issues and by practicing self-compassion, we can respond to challenging situations with empathy and kindness, ultimately leading to personal growth and improved relationships with those around us. Lesson 5. Finding inner peace. Inner peace is a fundamental concept in Buddhism, reflecting the idea that true tranquility and contentment originate from within ourselves. In the face of life's challenges and external pressures, it can be tempting to allow these external circumstances to dictate our emotions and reactions. However, Buddhist teachings emphasize the practice of mindfulness as a means to reconnect with our inner peace. Mindfulness is a state of focused awareness on the present moment, without judgment or attachment to passing thoughts and emotions. By cultivating mindfulness, individuals can develop greater self-awareness and the ability to respond to external situations with clarity and equanimity. This practice enables them to detach from the chaos of the outside world and reconnect with the calm and stillness that resides within. The wisdom of Buddha encapsulates this beautifully with the statement, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." These words remind us that the pursuit of peace through external means, such as material possessions or the approval of others, is ultimately futile. True and lasting peace can only be found by turning inward, acknowledging our inner world, and nurturing a sense of tranquility that transcends external circumstances. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful tool in achieving inner peace. It allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them. Instead of reacting impulsively to external stimuli, we can respond with wisdom and compassion, grounded in our inner serenity. This inner peace becomes a source of strength, resilience, and contentment in the face of life's challenges, helping us navigate the ups and downs of existence with grace and equanimity. Lesson 6. Practicing self-care. When we find ourselves in situations where we feel disrespected, it's often natural to prioritize addressing the external issue or focusing on the actions of others. However, this is precisely when practicing self-care becomes crucial. Neglecting self-care during such times can further contribute to our suffering and hinder our ability to handle the situation effectively. The wisdom of Buddha reminds us that self-love and self-compassion are fundamental. The quote, "You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection," underscores the importance of nurturing a positive and caring relationship with ourselves. In the context of feeling disrespected, self-care involves consciously taking time for activities and practices that bring joy, relaxation, and a sense of groundedness. It could mean different things for different people, whether it's enjoying a warm bath, going for a walk in nature, meditating, reading a book, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing hobbies and interests. The key is to identify what nourishes your well-being and allows you to reconnect with a sense of inner peace. Practicing self-care doesn't imply selfishness, but rather self-preservation. By prioritizing self-care, you're better equipped to handle challenging situations with a clear and balanced mind. It enables you to approach disrespect from a place of strength and self-assuredness, making it easier to respond with grace and resilience rather than reacting impulsively out of hurt or anger. Lesson 6 emphasizes the importance of self-care as an essential component of your well-being, especially when facing disrespectful situations. Remember that taking care of yourself is not self-indulgence, but an act of self-compassion and self-preservation. Lesson 7. Choosing love. In moments when we feel disrespected or wronged, our immediate instinct may be to react with anger, frustration, or disrespect in return. This natural human reaction can escalate conflicts and perpetuate a cycle of negativity. However, Buddhism teaches us a profound alternative. to choose love and kindness as our response. This lesson is often considered the most challenging, as it requires us to transcend our initial impulses and reactions. It involves a conscious decision to respond to negativity with empathy, compassion, and understanding. Instead of perpetuating a cycle of hatred, we break it by choosing love. The quote attributed to Buddha, "Hatred does not cease through hatred at any time. Hatred ceases through love." This is an unalterable law, encapsulates the essence of this lesson. It underscores the fundamental truth that responding to negativity with more negativity only perpetuates suffering, while responding with love and kindness has the power to heal wounds and create positive change. Choosing love doesn't mean condoning disrespectful behavior or allowing others to mistreat us. It means responding with a sense of equanimity and understanding, recognizing that the person who disrespected us may be struggling with their own pain or difficulties. By choosing love, we acknowledge the humanity in both ourselves and others, and open the door to reconciliation, healing, and positive transformation. Lesson 7 invites us to embody the teachings of empathy and compassion, not only in our spiritual practices but also in our daily lives. It is a reminder that our responses have the potential to shape our relationships, our well-being, and the world around us. While it may be the most challenging lesson to learn, it is also the most powerful, as it has the potential to break the cycle of negativity and contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world. These 7 lessons, inspired by Buddhist teachings, provide us with valuable insights on how to navigate the challenges of feeling disrespected or hurt by others. By practicing non-attachment, forgiveness, letting go of judgment, cultivating compassion, finding inner peace, prioritizing self-care, and choosing love, we can transform our reactions and attitudes towards such situations. Buddha's wisdom reminds us that attachment leads to suffering, and holding on to negative emotions like anger and judgment only harms ourselves. Instead, we can choose a path of healing and growth by embracing forgiveness, compassion, and inner peace. Self-care becomes crucial during difficult times, as it allows us to nurture our own well-being. Ultimately, the most profound lesson lies in choosing love over hatred and responding with kindness even when faced with disrespect. This choice is a powerful and transformative force that can bring about positive change not only in our own lives, but also in the world around us. Incorporating these teachings into our daily lives can lead to greater emotional resilience, inner harmony, and a deeper connection with the universal principles of love, compassion, and non-attachment. Through these lessons, we can find a path to greater peace and understanding in our interactions with others and within ourselves.